Greetings, fellow makers! I am Melky of Melky Cosplays. Welcome back to my factory. I know it's been a while since I posted any new videos, so I thought I'd let you know what I've been up to lately. If you went to Hill Country Comic Con, you will recognize this guy. I also went to another con 2 weeks before that, and this guy was there. But at Hill Country Comic Con, you might remember this. This is a sword I made for an original character, kind of like the darker version of Arthur. Yes, that one. King Arthur, Merlin, Knights Round Table, Camelot, all that stuff. So anyway, this is a really fun prop that I made. Foam, leather, metal dowel rod, bandsaw, you know the drill. But, like the legend says, Excalibur, hint hint, that kind of like this guy, has to come out of a stone. So tonight, I'm making a stone. Alright, now if you've been on my channel at all, you know that I primarily work with EVA foam, fabric, 3D printing, leather, and I love all that stuff, especially working with leather. It's so much fun. But that stuff, kind of expensive, especially the post-processing and all that. So today I thought I'd switch it up a little bit. Today we're going to be working with cardboard because everybody has it. It usually just piles up in your garage until you just throw it out to the curb. So, might as well put it to use. Now, I've already started working on it. This is the cardboard rock. I've hot glued a whole bunch of cardboard together. We got Amazon package. We have the box my Centauri Carbon came in. We got crackers. We got snack cakes. I love those things. Those things right there. Those are great. They're great. And these are really good too. Just kind of whatever I had laying around the house. And after I glued it all together, I put 2 coats of Mod Podge on it to kind of give it a little bit of strength. And now I'm going to put 1 more coat on it. And then we will do something with the fabric. So, here we go. Alright. Now, Mod Podge, this stuff, is a PVA glue. It's great for sealing puzzles and stuff, gluing things together. But it is also great for adding strength to things like cardboard. It's also pretty good for sealing props, EVA foam, that sort of thing. But I found something else to seal my foam with, so we're just going to add this to the cardboard. By the way, I did not come up with this method. I found this out watching some YouTube videos by Nerdforge. They make awesome stuff. They make dioramas and castles and leather costumes and foam, and they actually started to redecorate it. I don't want to say, redecorating their apartment. So they do a little bit of everything. I highly recommend them. They are super awesome. Go check them out if you haven't already. Go check them out. Alright. And I'm just going to keep doing that until this whole thing is coated again. So we'll come back when that's done. Alright, so it's the next day, and the cardboard feeling a lot stronger, kinda. So now it is time to put our fabric in this bath of water and Mod Podge, and probably some other stuff in there. So, here we go. Start with the white stuff. Pay no attention to my Epion cosplay. I haven't figured out a better place to put it yet. Alright, so what we're doing here is making sure the fabric is all nice and saturated with the glue/water mix. Okay, that seems like it's good enough. That is a very good sign. Alright, and now it's time to wring this out a little bit and then put it on the boxes. So, here we go. Gotta be careful. Make sure there's no raw edges like that visible. Because it's supposed to look like a rock, not the garment. Looking at the back, make sure there's enough room for the sword to go through the slot. Also make sure there are no power cords in the way, because that could be really bad. Alright, and I'll come back when this is done. Alright, so the cardboard boxes have been covered up by fabric which has been soaked in the Swado/Mod Podge mix, and it's starting to look a lot more like a rock. Now I just have to wait for it to cure before I can do all the other fun stuff to it, like painting and adding texture and all kinds of cool stuff. So after I put the fabric on it, I hit it with 3 coats of Mod Podge, which is this stuff right here. And then 3 coats of automotive high heat primer to give it a nice gray base coat. Actually killed 2 cans of that stuff for this. And then hit it with a coat of this stuff to give it a nice, even, chalky finish, more gray. After that, I mixed up some acrylic black paint and some white paint to get a nice gray. Yes, more gray. Then I added some green, and I wound up not liking this color, so that goes away. Finally, I added some more of the original gray with some gold and bronze to give it a nice, tan, kind of metal-ish look, but just to make it not look all gray. So yeah, that's got a little bit of dry brushing going on in there to highlight the edges and whatnot. And yeah. So yeah, that is how I made that stone. A little bit of cardboard, some fabric, some glue, and some paint. And that's it. Anyway, this was a really fun and challenging project for me because I have never worked with cardboard before. Try saying that 3 times fast. Anyway, if you have any questions or suggestions or anything else that you want to tell me, just put it in the comment section. I'd be happy to read those and get back to you. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. All that stuff. And I will see you in the next video. Have a great day.